All right, guys. Today we are back with college football, and we have new microphones.
Yep, we're back, ready for season 2 of college football. Ryan, let's kind of talk about the season finale of last year. How about that?
The tailgate foods.
Yeah, well, you remember that Alabama made it to the playoffs. Georgia didn't. We lost to Michigan. Nick Saban retired. Georgia took it out on Florida State. You remember that?
Okay, I've talked about that game earlier. I haven't talked about it, but I did say how I did, and I even did like the little punching.
He did. So right now, still early with everything, but predictions are coming in. Georgia's looking good. How do you feel about y'all's starting quarterback, Carson Beck, being back this year?
Ooh, I think that this is good. Now that we'll actually have a chance, but this is the one thing I hate about the season, our tough schedule. I know that we go against just Clemson, which
Clemson tomorrow, yeah.
Yeah, so we will be live streaming tomorrow, but I'm going to point it out. I don't think Clemson's that good.
Yeah, do you think y'all have any trouble tomorrow against Clemson?
No.
Yeah, I don't think you will either. Alabama, of course, is playing Western Kentucky, I think, tomorrow.
Western Kentucky, just by the name, I think they suck.
Well, we'll definitely see what happens. And then, of course, there's a new system. The top 12 teams will be included in the playoff this year. So with that many teams being included, it changes a lot of things. So how do you feel about that new playoff deal?
I'm going to say that I like it, but don't.
Yeah.
I mean, I do like how we get a much higher chance of getting in the playoffs, but it's weird because usually the playoffs is going to be the teams that didn't lose and just did the best overall.
Right.
And that's what I thought Florida State couldn't get in. Like, they were an undefeated team until the last game, but they just honestly did not do good.
And definitely last year with Georgia losing the SEC championship to Alabama, do you feel like Georgia should have got in?
Yes.
And I think maybe there was a little bit of frustration left, and you guys just really took it out on Florida State, right? Poor Florida State with that game. But anyway, we're excited. A lot of good things going on this year. Alabama has a new coach coming in right after Nick Saban. How do you feel about that?
I feel good.
You feel good?
I love about Nick Saban. He finally retired.
He finally retired. You're saying what a lot of people are saying. Yeah. So, well, anything else you want to share on this video?
A lot more, but I will be right back because I'm going to get something real quick.
All right, he's going to get something.
Okay, I'm back, and I just want to get my hat. So, I wanted to talk mainly, I wanted to say what teams, if there's top 12, what teams do you think that could never get in the actual playoff? But this year, since there's 12 teams, what do you think?
Obviously, with 12 teams, it opens it up for more that would not get in times past. So early right now, I think everything's kind of up in the air. I'm going to go ahead and call it. Alabama will make it to the playoffs. Definitely will make it to the playoffs.
I hate that because Alabama, other than Ohio State, which I'm telling you, there's a story that I have shared, I think, in the past video, so y'all should go watch that one. I just do not like Ohio State, but other than that, it's Alabama.
I believe, early prediction right now, with me, no doubt, Alabama and Georgia will both get in the playoff.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think?
I don't know what people are saying on the road games. Why do they include Ole Miss in it? Like, Ole Miss is not a good team.
So, Ole Miss has some hype this year. You guys have 3 road games that I think you're talking about. I think y'all, one you go to Texas, one you go to Alabama, and one you go to Oxford. So 3 pretty tough road games. How do you feel about them? Do you think Georgia can win all 3 of these tough road games?
Honestly, I'm going to say my biggest fear is not Alabama this year.
Wow.
I'm scared about Texas this year.
Texas. So you're more worried about Texas than you are Alabama.
Yep.
Good.
I know that Texas, they got knocked out of the playoffs and lost 2 games last year, but they are going to be scared this year.
Well, Texas actually made it to the final. You'll remember that Texas was beat by Washington,
Yes.
and then Washington and Michigan played for the whole championship.
Yeah, but that game was not good at all. It was Michigan just beating Washington.
Absolutely. So now with Alabama getting Washington's coach, how do you feel about that? Obviously, he knows how to win. Following the big shoes of Nick Saban, how do you think he'll do this year?
Well, who?
Coach DeBoer.
Oh, Coach DeBoer. He did really good with the Huskies. Honestly, I was surprised because I barely knew Washington before last year. But
Right.
I know that they did really good. But if he's going to make Alabama try and get in, they're going to lose to Michigan again. Because although he's leaving, honestly, Michigan is going to be terrible, so they won't lose to Michigan again. But I just think, as a coach, he would not be prepared for Georgia.
Right. So, and that was another twist. This year, Alabama and Georgia will actually play each other in September. I want to say maybe game 4. So how do you feel about Alabama and Georgia playing each other so early this year?
I don't like it. I do, but I don't. Like a lot of things, how they're okay with me, but also just not. Because obviously everyone is so used to it being the same.
Yeah, you're used to Alabama and Georgia meeting in maybe a playoff or SEC championship or something like that.
Yes.
So to play so early, it's definitely going to be something that we're not used to,
Yes.
you and I.
So, and probably most of y'all, because if y'all watch football, then y'all are probably going to be not used to this.
So good games tomorrow. Ryan, let me go ahead and just get a couple of your predictions on the games for tomorrow. You guys play at noon against Clemson. So Georgia Clemson game. Who are you pulling for?
Georgia.
Georgia, no problem.
Yeah.
6 o'clock. You got Alabama and Western Kentucky.
I need to ask you. Do you have
I don't.
Oh, Josh.
I do. Okay, I'm gonna get my phone. Alabama and Western Kentucky. Ryan, give me your predictions.
Alabama easily, because Western Kentucky does not sound good. So they sound just bad. And I'll be checking out. This is Julio. I don't know. I just call it Julio. But hey,
Other games that we've got tomorrow. Get your predictions on these.
What is it?
I'm gonna look them up. You keep talking.
Oh, okay. I was talking about this is whoa. I also got this Dragonite.
All right, Ryan. Here's some that I just want to kind of throw out to you for tomorrow, and see what you think. You've already picked Georgia over Clemson. All right. What about at 11 o'clock? You got Virginia Tech versus Vanderbilt. Who are you picking on that one?
Oh, those are some really bad teams. Virginia Tech and Vanderbilt. Virginia Tech, because I've looked at Vanderbilt.
One of
so
your
bad.
favorites tomorrow. Here's another prediction from Ryan. Penn State, which you love,
They're okay.
versus West Virginia tomorrow at 11 o'clock. Who's your pick?
Penn State.
Over Western Virginia.
Yes.
What about
Western Virginia is so bad.
what about Illinois State versus Iowa? Who do you like in that one?
Woo! What are those teams? I've never heard of them.
Just pick one.
Iowa, I don't know.
I'm going to go with Iowa on that one. I really think I'm going to go with Iowa on that one. Feel good about that.
Yeah.
What about a few more we got? Here's one. Chattanooga versus Tennessee tomorrow.
Oh, Chattanooga. Tennessee, because although Tennessee has not been that good the past year, but they beat y'all and they won against us, but they got their butt kicked.
Right? Tomorrow, Colorado State versus Texas. Number 4, Texas.
Oh, Colorado State versus Texas? Gee, I've never guessed who it was.
Texas?
Yes! Colorado State, they would be like, "Woo!"
Here's another good one tomorrow. Miami versus Florida.
I'm honestly going to pick Florida.
I think I'm going to go with Florida on that one too.
Yes. All right,
I got just a few more I want to run down.
Because this is not the main part of the video.
UT Martin versus Kansas State. I'm going Kansas State on that one.
Yes, Kansas State.
We've already talked about Alabama. Here we go. Here's some Mississippi teams. Furman versus Ole Miss tomorrow at 6 o'clock. I'm going to say Ole Miss wins that one.
Yes, because they're actually a good team, although I don't like them.
One of your favorites.
What?
Notre Dame.
What?
Joking. Notre Dame versus Texas A&M.
Versus Texas A&M.
All right.
Texas A&M.
And I'm going to get these last few. Ryan, Fresno State versus Michigan.
Michigan. I know that the coach was what, but what is that team? They just sound so bad.
All right. We got like 3 more. You ready?
Yeah.
Idaho versus Oregon.
Oregon.
Oregon to that game?
That would be so easy because Oregon, I like that team. I'm going to be honest.
You like Oregon?
Yeah, and they're also so good.
They are? Okay, what about New Mexico versus Arizona?
Arizona, because New Mexico.
They're
so good.
2 last ones. Ready?
2 last ones.
Yeah, 2 last ones. All right, ready for this one?
Yes.
This one ought to be a pretty good game. USC versus LSU.
LSU.
LSU on that one.
LSU's going to beat USC. USC, they sound so bad.
You got Miss Anita very happy. She loves LSU. Final one, Boston College versus Florida State.
Boston College.
Over Florida State?
No. Florida State, Boston College. They're like the worst. They have to be worse. They have to be like real down there.
So this one is actually Monday, September the 2nd. LSU will play Sunday, and I believe the rest of these are all tomorrow. So you got one game that'll actually be on Sunday night, and that will be the LSU game. Then you got one game on Monday night, which will be the Florida State game. So coming into week 2, you got Texas versus Michigan. I'm kind of excited about this one.
Obviously, Texas will win because Michigan, their coach left, so they're not going to be that good then. But he just cheated, so he wasn't actually working.
So you got Texas coming in at number 4. And I think you said earlier the only team that you're kind of worried about this year is you guys, Georgia, taking on Texas, right?
Mm-hmm.
Week 2 looks really good. You've got Tennessee Tech versus Georgia. How do you feel about that one?
Georgia, because Tennessee themselves is already bad, so Georgia is going to beat their Tech form, because every Tech form is so much worse.
True. maybe one or two more. What about Middle Tennessee versus Ole Miss in week 2? I'm going Ole Miss on that one too.
Ole Miss, because Middle Tennessee, they're so bad.
And then the rematch from last year, South Florida versus Alabama. Pulling Alabama on that one again.
Hey, what was that one that y'all did where y'all like destroyed them so much that they cried?
I don't remember.
Oh, Chattanooga, I think.
There was one Mississippi team that, for whatever reason, it's not pulling up. I want to get your observation on this.
I want to talk about teams right now. I want to take
Mississippi State plays tomorrow. Hold on one second. I've got it pulled up right here. Mississippi State versus Eastern Kentucky. I'm going to pull for Mississippi State for the win against Eastern Kentucky.
I want to talk about. Let's take a moment here. Let's take a moment here to talk about teams. I just want to talk about. I know that. Let me see what this. Let me look at some games. Missouri versus Mississippi State. Okay, this is Mississippi State. Oh gosh, what the?
Got their schedule pulled up.
Yeah.
You guys actually play Mississippi State this year. We don't. So Georgia will play Mississippi State. Alabama does not play Mississippi State. So, how do you feel about being able to still play Mississippi State and Ole Miss?
We're both not that good teams. Ole Miss is a lot better, but we're not good. Ole Miss
so you're not
that good of a team.
You're as a Georgia fan, you're not sweating Mississippi State or Ole Miss. Got you. The only team that you feel like could be a threat this year is not even Alabama. It's Texas, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Got you.
All right. I'm going to say one last thing before we go, because this is being a long video.
Yeah.
It's
been a while.
I'm going to pull up one schedule that I have in mind and one team that I have in mind that I know that a lot of people don't think is good. But I honestly think.
But you think that they actually are?
Yeah.
All right. He's going to pull up a team that might surprise you, his prediction on how good they may be. So I have no clue which team he's talking about, so I'm kind of surprised too. I'm looking forward to see the big reveal.
Correct. Trying to get it. You're really looking at these games too.
We're just now watching the Colorado game from last night. Really good game. And we're getting to about the last couple of minutes of the fourth quarter of it. So
here
he's looking up the team. I think he's got it. Again, I don't have a clue which team he's talking about here. So I'm kind of I'm very curious to see who you've got, Ryan.
Okay, it's about to be pulled up. Here it is. Oh gosh, that's the wrong team. Still trying to find it.
Team again that he says is good, that other people say not so good. So.
Ooh, what? Arizona's good? Oh gosh. Arizona versus Oklahoma. I think.
Is it Oklahoma that you're talking about?
Yes, I know. What did Arizona get 11? I just think Oklahoma is.
What's Oklahoma ranked this year? Does it say?
It's 15 apparently.
Oklahoma ranked 15. Ryan, I think you said earlier in one of our talks that Oklahoma could get it together and maybe even make it to the playoff.
We didn't talk about that. I did talk about that in the previous video, so y'all should also see it. It's the same video. Wait, this is insane. They have something. They're even. I'm honestly kind of with them.
Let's see. Oh, okay. This is gonna be I don't know.
That's insane.
I don't think that they could. I don't know.
It's them versus Texas Texas, and there's 34-30. Anyway,
Oh, that's going to be last year's.
oh, wait, was that real?
Yeah, I think that's going to be last year's.
Oh
I
yeah,
believe.
they did win, so that's what I think they could possibly get in the playoffs. All right.
Oklahoma is a team to me that you can't just count out. You know what I mean? Always been a very good team. You might remember when Jalen Hurts actually played quarterback for them, and they had a really good season. So, early predictions, but I think one thing that me and Ryan both agree on is playoff time. You will see Alabama and Georgia there.
All right, so I think this is gonna have to do it.
All right.
Thanks for watching.
Subscribe,
and I have to go. This is actually our living room. I need to go. Turn off the video. All right. Adios, everyone.
Bye.